What's up YouTube, Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and today I got a guide for you guys to help you out with the channeling. Not channeling in general, we've already talked about that in the first video, how much damage it does, how much energy is taken away, how it works, all that stuff. I want to talk about mainly the application of it in your build and channeling damage mods, because a lot of people that messaged me were confused on how it worked. Also, an update for the Revised Nikana build, because I got a few updates for it due to some new insight. I've kind of figured out a few different things, and we'll get into that right after this. So with the channeling, I've already talked about how it works, energy used, and all that good stuff. But and the fact that it uses about it's about 50% of your total damage, and that's how much you do when you're channeling and everything. But people were messaging me and they were like, why use this mod or that mod, because the killing blow gives me 120% extra damage, and that's a lot of damage. And then they showed the amount of damage and whatnot, and it doesn't work that way. See, what you have to understand is if it worked that way, it'd be like pressure point or serration. It's only for channeling damage. It's not just giving you 100 and some extra damage. That's basically a serration mod or a pressure point. So what you have to understand is it's 120% of your channeling damage. So your default channeling damage being at 50%, it's 120% of that extra, which is 60%. So with your 120% killing blow mod, what you're going to do is 60% extra channeling damage. That is how that mod works. Alright, with that taken care of, now I want to jump into the Revised Nikana to go over a few things with you guys. So originally when I was trying to figure out the damage with elemental and other damage mods versus the channeling and everything, I was going off of total calculated damage from your build, times your channeling. But what I didn't realize is it's not just, it's actually your total end damage, what you actually do in the end. So basically when I strike an enemy and I do even extra damage because of my elemental bonus, my elemental combo, and I even lose some damage because of the armor on Grenier, all those different kind of factors, headshot, multiplier, all of those added in. Those are all going to be added in, for what my end damage is. The damage you see on screen when you hit an enemy. It's that damage your channeling goes off of, which I didn't quite know it was exactly like that. So after recalculating it all and double checking it by testing it out just to make sure it's right, I realized the killing blow will do more damage. I never said it was bad. It's definitely fine to use, but I did test that it will do more damage. So basically, I think I got radiation on right now. I did have my old build on like slash and viral before, but none of that makes a difference. I was testing out first a bare bones build, 2 elemental mods, a 90 and a 60%, and killing blow, and we're testing out while channeling. And then I tested out channeling with 3 elemental mods, 2 60% and 1 90%, and I did about 40 extra damage with the 2 elementals and the killing blow. And with your max build here, like the full build and everything, I did about 160 extra damage. So what you're going to want to do is, if you are someone that doesn't mind the energy loss, if you're someone that likes to channel, and you're someone that wants to do the most damage while meleeing, okay, for your best build and everything, take off the Smite Grenier. Now listen, if you're someone that doesn't like to channel, or you don't do it that often, then it's definitely going to be more all-around damage and a lot more efficient to not put any channeling damage mods on. I mean, that's pretty common sense, because you're going to do more damage with the full elemental and damage build, and you can still channel that way and do nice damage. So like for Grenier, let's say if you're going up against higher level Grenier, defense and survival, where you wanted to use radiation, then here's your build right here. This is what you want to use. This will be best for you. And if you're just using your melee on the lighter Grenier, where viral will be the best, then you can switch this back out, put well, first of all, have shock and touch up all the way, and you can switch that out and put the slash back in, because it will do, it'll do fine against the light Grenier, and you'll get a little bonus. But you don't want it on there with radiation, because, well, for one, going up against the enemies with alloy, you're only doing half damage with the slash damage, so it's not nearly as good. And with your viral build, there's not a fourth elemental to add to keep the viral combo. Regardless, there's only 3, so the slash is still good in that instance. Now back to the whole channeling, doing the best damage and everything. Just go ahead, take off your Smite Grineer, and put on your Killing Blow. And you gotta have your Shocking Touch 2 from the top if you want to fit your Killing Blow, unless you form of the weapon. Now, this is going to give you your highest damage, when you're channeling, and it's going to be super efficient because you're only gonna have a little bit over 2.5 energy taken away instead of 5 because we got that extra channeling efficiency. And against higher level enemies, that works amazingly, especially for how much energy you're gonna lose. But let's say you're someone that is using a certain Warframe or is in a certain group, and you're not having any trouble whatsoever with energy, and you want to do even more damage, then take this off, the Shocking Touch, and add your last channeling damage mod, which is Corrupt Charge. And that's going to give you even more damage for your top damage, max build. Belt, when I tested it out, it was like 150 extra or something. So it's not a whole lot extra, and I wouldn't normally use maybe the second channeling damage mod if I wasn't perfectly good with my energy consumption. But you're not going to be too bad off, because at least with the focus energy, with a plus 40% channeling efficiency, that is going to negate that. So you're going to be back at the default 5 that it costs, that's fine. So there you go. That's your max build for top damage and everything. And it works out same way for Corpus, using magnetic is ice and electric. And what's really nice is we got that focus energy again for one of our electrics. And you're going to do your build exactly the same way. Put in Killing Blow, take out the Bane mod, take out Shock and Touch, put in Corrupt Charge. Unless you don't normally channel, then just go with the full elemental damage build. And that's basically it, guys. That's all you need to know. I hope that helped you guys out and you understand it a little better. If you still have questions about the channeling, then message me and I will help you. But I think that pretty much covers it all. How much it costs, how much damage it does, how the mods actually work now, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything really else to cover about the channeling. So I will catch you guys later. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon with some more melee builds. I'm going to be getting out, the Ikers and the rest of the popular ones, and also the other new melee that we have, the Cutlass. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.